Hey, what's good, y'all? Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to some more first take. We got some more trades and some more waving and some more stuff just going around in the NBA today. So the Bucks waived Dame Lillard. He's been injured. There's just been a lot of stuff going on. He has been getting older, and I do think that Milwaukee is looking to either trade Giannis, or Giannis is looking to leave, just like whatever the case may be. So they're trying to find a way to either keep Giannis or supplement what he already has. They did get Myles Turner, a solid big who has been playing great for the Pacers. He sort of was a little bit passive in that finals game, in Game 7. But I do think there's potential there, and I think he will be a really good addition for the Bucks. Now, they lost the point guard. They got a big. They need another point guard, a shooter, someone who could help spread the floor for Giannis if he's looking to stay. So I think that's interesting. Let's go ahead and hear what First Take has to say here.
A lot of breaking news so far today here on First Take. Let's recap a little bit. So first of all, free agent center Myles Turner has now agreed to a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Bucks, plus a player option for year 4. How did we get there? Well, that's because the Bucks then went ahead and waived Damian Lillard. So now they're taking a huge cap hit. There it is. They're waiving Damian Lillard, stretching the remaining $113 million on his contract. That was in order to acquire Myles Turner. What we're hearing is that Giannis Antetokounmpo, Wendy told us earlier, was in on recruiting Myles Turner. Therefore, we would assume now Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to stay in Milwaukee. Okay, and this was all within the last hour. And so now we have to open this up to what this means now for the rest of the NBA. And Wendy, I'm going to go to you first because you mentioned now this seems like DeAndre Ayton to the Lakers feels like almost a sure thing. What else do you think about what's happening?
So, yes. So, just a couple things real quick. If Giannis was in on this and needed someone who could be a backup for Brook, or start over Brook, or play alongside Brook, and be another guy who could play defense, or another dude that Giannis could shovel off to, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that pickup at all. I do think it's interesting that DeAndre Ayton could possibly be a Laker. I think that would be good for us. I think he'll add what we have been missing for a while. A actual big who wants to play like a big. I think that'll be interesting. I think he'll be okay alongside Luka. I think it'll be good to have someone else who has that ability to move without the ball and be fine without being the primary scorer. He'll get you some easy buckets down the line. He's what we were hoping that Jackson Hayes would eventually develop into. DeAndre Ayton isn't great. He's not the best center out, but he is way, way better than what we have. And I think this is a time for him to be exactly what we all thought he was going to be in the Suns. So I think it'd be great. And I wouldn't have been mad at getting Myles Turner either. Those were the two bigs that have been sort of on the radar that could fit as a Laker, that could play well with LeBron and Luka, who don't really need the ball to be effective, but when they do get those garbage buckets or those easy dump offs for a mid-range or a quick one dribble lay-in or even a lob, I think it's just great.
I can't imagine how furious I would be if I was one of the Indiana Pacers core players or their fans right now. Because if Myles Turner was being paid twice his value or something like that, I would get it. But this is not a place to draw a line when you're the Eastern Conference champions. So they did shed a bunch of expected salary. So the Pacers now need a starting center. They did sign DeAndre Ayton to the offer sheet that he was just bought out of. I suppose they could compete with the Lakers for him. I don't know. So the Pacers are now going to face this fallout. They're going to have some explaining to do to their star players, man. So the Pacers have been weakened both this season into the future. they don't have another player on their roster who can fill in here. So that is a factor. The unexpected center maneuvering does open something up for the Lakers. So that could be, Ayton did average 14 and 10 last year, and for the Lakers to be in this position and being able to get a player of that production level, it could benefit the Lakers. And more importantly, if you're a team out there like maybe the Spurs or the Knicks or the...
Just real quick, before he does ramble on, because we're not going to stay here that much longer. I think what is interesting that Indiana is almost doing, it looks like they are short of shelving this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Pascal Siakam maybe gets less minutes or isn't playing as much. Since they lost a big, Tyrese Halliburton may be out for the whole season. We don't know. So we could see a lot of stuff and changes done with this roster that could mean that they're just going to bow out and maybe try to take this time to develop their other players, see if they could bag or find a secure second/third option to play alongside Pascal while Tyrese Halliburton is out, and since they don't have Myles Turner anymore. So they're going to need to find something from somewhere. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they make some changes there. Now the Bucks. This isn't the last big change I think we can expect from them. I think that this is a all-in Giannis year. I think they're going to try to make as many moves as possible. And even towards the beginning of the season, and I'm sure even during that the trade deadline for next season, they're going to try to supplement Giannis and make him stay and try to make this a championship team now. That is what they are going to be doing. That is what they are going to try to do. If not, he's out of there. Him being Giannis, he's out of there. I think that's what's going to happen. So the East is also wide open. I think that a lot of teams are recognizing that. The Celtics, the Bucks. They're going to try to make as many moves as they can to be ready for that Eastern Conference Finals. So you could expect even more things to happen and shift in the East. So keep an eye out. Let's go ahead and maybe go another minute. Let's see what else they got to say here.
Or the Heat, that were maybe saving up their assets to try to make some sort of Giannis Antetokounmpo run if the Bucks weren't able to have an impactful free agency. You've got to reevaluate how you're now operating over the next few days as well, because I would have to assume this significantly lowers the chance of Giannis becoming available anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true. That's really all. I mean, there's not much else like to add with this trade, in my opinion. I think what's said is said and what's done is done. I'm excited for more changes. I think this season will be very, very interesting. I think we're not done with big signs, big trades, big waves, honestly. So, yeah. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the new subs also. And I thank you guys for checking out my shorts as well. I'm going to try to drop some more shorts. I have some gameplay shorts that I do want to put up also. I have my Pokemon Infinite Fusions video coming up on the 10th this month. I plan on trying to drop those once a month every 10th. So make sure that you guys are looking out for that. And again, once we reach 800 subs, we're doing daily videos to 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait to get that started. I'm going to see if my mental can take it. If not, I guess you'll know. Like, comment, subscribe.